That was quite strident. I know some of you have seen me before. Now, hello, my name's Helga Henry. I'm from a consultancy called Creative Shift, and it's my pleasure and privilege to be hosting today's conference. Creative Shift is a small consultancy that's part of Birmingham Hippodrome, home of the UK's largest panto. So that was a quite nice good morning, but I think we can all do a bit better than that. So,
oh no, we can't.
Yeah, Jane, pudding. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Lovely, thank you very much. So, welcome, friends old and new. I see some familiar faces from previous Hello Culture and Hello Digital events. I have had the pleasure of hosting Hello Culture and Hello Digital before it since 2008, when, you know, now if you think about all the technology we have, seems like, you know, prehistoric times. I am delighted to announce that the future has arrived this morning here at BCU because we have a delegate who is wearing a Google Glass. I just thought they were made up. We have a packed programme, but it being a public building, I have a few housekeeping. I love that they call them housekeeping notices, like we're going to go around and, like, you know, so if you could just tidy up, just do a bit of brushing. But this actually means toilets and alarms. There are toilets on each floor, just past the lifts, on the left, along the left-hand corridor. Didn't know the corridor had hands. And here we have, they have asked that I give you the general safety induction. In the event of an emergency, you'll hear an alarm, and there is a female voice to give you prior warning. And the female voice says, "A situation has arisen in the building. Please listen for further instructions." And then all you have to do is listen. The male voice says, "A situation has arisen where we need to clear the building. Please leave by the nearest exit." So basically, just like life, if a woman talks to you, ignore it. When a man tells you to do something, do it quickly, in the way they tell you to. You can find your nearest exit by leaving the theatre. Good move. Turning left and walking past the lifts, not the lifts. I know I always look and go, really? Am I really? Surely that's a lot of stairs for me. And don't use the central staircase. I think hopefully somebody will be around, you know, somebody authoritative and preferably male will be around for us to follow at that point. Wi-Fi. It's a digital conference and we have Wi-Fi. We don't have just Wi-Fi, we have personalised, bespoke Wi-Fi. Here's how the personalised, bespoke Wi-Fi works, eventually. Your username is your name, but don't put gaps in like I did. Doesn't work. Your username is your name on your badge, and then underneath the company or your title or whatever, you'll have a little code of letters and numbers. The letters are case sensitive. Another mistake number 2 I made. The letters are case sensitive. So in fact, just above it you have your username, and then underneath that, the gobbledygook is your private access code. So that's Wi-Fi, because of course, you know, it's been added. Have you seen those Maslow's hierarchies of needs? It's been added underneath as a sort of Wi-Fi, as a basic human right, as you know. The hashtag is #HelloCulture14, and please follow us on at HelloCulture14. So, now that's out the way, I'm going to ask for a show of hands to see who's in the room. But I'm going to ask for a show of hands in a particular aim. Yes, there you are, you're in the room. But the type of person that's in the room, you anticipated that a little too much, I would say. Type of person in the room, I've just patented this. This is brand new for today. You saw it here first. So I know we've got lots of different people from arts and culture and digital and academics. So I've got So everyone in performing arts, I'd like a show of jazz hands. You see, you know why I did performing arts first? I knew they'd comply. Photographers, got any photographers? You can do a bit of a click. Okay. Visual artists. Vogue, no, Vogue style. Vogue frame, want a frame? Okay. Academics, I'm really pleased with this one. Thinker. Come on, need a thing? Yeah, okay, thank you. Oh, yes, my other one. Digital types, want a 1 and a 0. Okay. I can't think of any more. Is anybody left out and needs a jazz hands, show of hands? Does anybody feel missed out? Nobody dare say anything. It's like, I am. Yeah, yes. Well, you're kind of a bit of everyone. So, and I would also like to welcome everybody on the live stream. Don't know which camera I'm looking at. Hello. Welcome on the live stream. For those of you, well, you won't need it because you're here. You've got the livest of live streams. But I don't know why I need to announce it, because thinking about it, if you're watching this, you're already on helloculture.co.uk/live/. My husband should be watching. Hello, Simon. He loves it because it's about the only time he can ever turn the volume down or pause me. So, welcome to Hello Culture, a day where we're going to be talking about data. And if you're like me, until I really started thinking about this in terms of today's content, I guess I associated data with numbers and therefore immediately switched off because I can't do numbers. But actually, if you start thinking about data as information, it becomes a little less daunting, and I think the conversation itself becomes more manageable. Because it strikes me that what we're really going to uncover today is some stuff about language. And technology always brings with it new language. Here you are all holding your smartphone. You take selfies. Well, I don't, because I think it's a generational thing, but technically, people can take selfies. We unfriend people using the sat-nav. Data, including its capture, its analysis, and its use, has a whole other set of specialist jargon, which is also a bit lettery and numbery. So sometimes, sometimes they may as well just be, talking the access code to the Wi-Fi, as far as I'm concerned. I've no idea what's going on. So consider me to be your spokesperson for the questions you might want to ask or the things you don't know. You can ask questions via Twitter, people on the live stream. Please ask questions via Twitter at HelloCulture14, and I'll do what I can to kind of bring you in. And then words have different meanings in different contexts. So yesterday I was at the University of Birmingham visiting the hydrogen fuel cell technology people. Yet again, a bit baffling. It's something to do with hydrogen, some sort of permeable membrane. And I looked at them and they went, like Gore-Tex. And I went, oh, right. And then it makes electricity and water. And I was a bit like, so I could just nip back with my anorak, have a bit of a go. Apparently not. But they talk about when they talk about transformation, they're talking about something very different. We in the arts have another version of what transformational change is about. And we believe that it's culture that can do that. Words have very specific contexts and meanings. So what we're going to do today is explore some new language and some new contexts, and hopefully then apply it back to our own context and kind of come up happier and wiser. I think we'll probably hopefully tweet the link or put it in a subsequent blog, but there's a newsletter, again, that I found in my research as part of this, called Native, which is created by the Digital R&D Fund for the Arts. And what a guy called John Pratty did was just talk about an approach to data. I don't know, apparently he's quite well known in this area, but I found it a very accessible article, so I really recommend it. And I just want to quote a very brief thing about what he said about data, which kind of sums up, I think, what today's about. It's important, if you want to begin, to have an information or data strategy within your cultural organisation. Keeping information up to date takes time. Making sure things are correct requires fact-checking. I speak as the person who walked down a condemned towpath the other day because I'd got the walk off the internet, and I thought just clambering around the massive fence they'd put in my way was part of the challenge. Making useful connections outwards needs research and curatorial expertise. Keeping these things working over time in a sustainable way needs planning and costing. So at a basic level, it's probably wise to plan to explore information and data creatively, and to do that in stages. You can incrementally acquire the right skills, deploy some resources, evaluate how it works, gather some feelings and feedback from colleagues and audiences alike. So in other words, it's very like the work we already do. We know this stuff. We just need to put it into a new context. So, quick word of thanks before I introduce our keynote speaker for today. Our sponsors today are Arts Council England, Digital Birmingham, and a massive thanks also to Birmingham City University, and in particular to Charmaine Stint. All these badges, logistics, all those bits was very much down to Charmaine, and she's probably still so busy that she's not in the room to hear this, but let the record show. We'd really like to thank her.